Hello all, this is Irina from lalalandcrafts and we're going to do a reveal of our summer limited edition summer box. So first of all, I want to say a huge thank you to all of you who have pre-ordered this box. Actually, this month for this box we had the best or the most pre-orders, so it's really humbling, and we're really appreciate all of you trusting us and pre-ordering the box, all of the products sight unseen. So without further ado, I think we should go ahead and open the box and see what's in there. So your box will arrive like this. If this is your first time ordering, this is actually our fourth box. We had winter, we had the holiday, or it is a third box. Okay, now I'm confusing myself, but I know we had one holiday box and we had the spring box. Oh, and we had the love box. So yeah, that's right. This is number 4. So we had the holiday box, love box for kind of Valentine Day-ish, and spring box, and this is our summer box. So this is box number 4. So it will come in a box like this. It's pretty sturdy. You can use it in your crafts room to store things. And what we do when we ship it for our US customers, we put the shipping label on the back here, and then you can enjoy your box. For our international customers, we put the box into the envelope to make sure that it arrives in good condition to you. Okay, so I don't have the tissue paper here to cover it, so you'll be able to see it right away. Here it is. You can see some of it already. So when your box comes, it will have the tissue paper covered, and actually the sticker that I have on here, the sticker will be on your tissue paper. And then here you also have the letter to tell you exactly what products are included. So I'm still working on that letter. I don't have it here, but you'll have the list of everything that's included here. So go ahead and open it. And this is a summer box, so all of the products are summer themed. So we have, first of all, we have Marcy. We also have one rubber stamp, and this is our Marcy. This is how the packaging looks like. This is how my colored image looks like. Isn't she pretty? I can post the coloring details for you if you would like to know what colors I use to color. All of our rubber stamps are made from deeply edged rubber, so you can probably see how tall the actual stamp is, how raised it is, so you can always get great impression. And all of our rubber stamps come on the mount on the cling foam, so you can just peel this off and put it on your acrylic block, and then you can remove it. And if you like to, you can keep the paper and then close it again for storing, so it doesn't get dusty. So that's our Marcy. I really love her. So she's at the beach, kind of wearing, she's called, first of all, I didn't give you the name, she's called Plumeria Lay Marcy. So she's wearing Plumeria Lay here. The flowers are so pretty, and she has a flower in her hair, and she's wearing summer outfit, kind of cover up for the beach maybe. So she has the skirt and the little top there. Trying to see where I can put her so you can still have her in your frame. Then we have, let me go to the stamps. So then we have 2 clear stamp sets, and one of them is called Just Chill, and this is all with the little penguins. And I want to show you how I colored them, so I'm just gonna lay them up right here where they belong. Aren't they the cutest? They are too adorable. Look how cute they are. I am in love. So we have, they're all doing different things. So we have one walking with the balloon. We have one holding the drink and wearing summer shirts. We have one with ice cream. This is ice cream cone here. One is chilling on the floaty here. Those are just so cute. And the sentiments that come with it are sending cool vibes, just chill, soak up the sun, you deserve a treat, you are the coolest, hey, and stay sweet. So you can see, you can use this for different occasions. You can mix and match for your projects, for your cards, for your layouts, scrapbook pages, planners, whatever you're working on. These are really turn out really, really cute. Then for the other set, and I am so excited about this one. I've been waiting to show you. This one is my favorite. So these are the birds. It's called Birds of a Feather, and we have two different toucans. We have a parrot and we have cockatoo. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right, but here is the bird. And as you can see, this set is much larger. So when we designed these birds, we tried to make them smaller to fit on the smaller size stamp set, but we just decided that they didn't look right in the smaller size. So we had to go with the large set like this. And I just want to show you how I color them, how you can bring them to life with your coloring. Aren't they too cute? And I used Google for reference for the colors, but then I took some creative license when I was choosing my colors, or the way I colored them as well. So you can do the same. You can follow my kind of ideas, or just, as I said, just Google the birds and see how they look live, and you can go from there. This is just so adorable. And then with this set, we also have, you can see we have two leaves here, and they look black because they are solid. So I'll show you a little bit later what other I'll give you some ideas on how to use this. So the sentiments that come with this are birds of a feather, party together, happy birthday, a toucan of my appreciation, so a token of my appreciation, playing words here, many thanks, from one crazy bird to another. I'm sure everybody has a friend you can send a card like that, so that's fun. Two can do it, so you can do it. Playing words again here, and you're invited. So you can use this for invitations, you can use this for birthday cards, for thank you cards, for just saying hi to your crazy friend that you love. So just different things that you can use this set for. And these are just so adorable. So that's our second set. Then we have two dies, and the leaves that you saw on this stamp set here, we have the same leaves in the die. So in the die, they're not designed to cut out per se, they're not designed to cut out the stamps, but you can die cut, and we made them the same size, so you can die cut and then you can stamp the ink onto the die cut. I'll show you later. And then, well, since I have it here, let me show you. So this is how they die cut the leaves right here. So you can mix and match, you can do them from different colors, and you can layer them. And then I'll show you the how I use the stamp to stamp on the die cut as well. And then for the second die, we have this adorable island with the two palms and the tiki hut. So that's really cute with the birds. You can put the crazy bird here, the one with the drink there, and that's just really, really cute. Then we have, I'm actually going to hide something from you. I'm going to pull something out for now. Then we have background stamp. We always include the background stamp in our boxes. And this one is called Stress-Free Zone. So it comes with the really cool weave background. And then it has this, the chair, the lounge chair image. And it has 3 sentiments. This is my timeout chair. So this is timeout, right? So you go and relax somewhere. Stress-free zone. The beach is calling and I must go. So this are the 3 sentiments that come with this. And of course you can mix and match with Marcy and with other stamps and dies. Speaking of Marcy, I think I forgot to tell you what sentiments come with her. So with Marcy we have vitamin C is all I need. So C is spelled as a S-E-A, plain words here. And then we have soak up the sun. So those are the sentiments that come with Marcy stem. Then for our layering stencils, we have this set called Summer is Here. And we have 2 stencils. One is sun, and it has the big rays and then the small rays in the centers. And the rays are kind of irregular for fun backgrounds that you can create. And then the other stencil we have the ocean or the water here. And then on the top of it, we have a stencil that you can create, you can ink and create your clouds. Isn't this awesome? So you can mix and match. You can create different scenes with this. Isn't that adorable? And I'll show you in a little bit how to, give you a few ideas on how to use this. So this is our stencil. You know what, I have not even mentioned yet that this box is available. I put it in the description in the video, but this box is still available for sale. The price is now $99.99. You get $130 worth of product in it, so it's savings of 30%, and you get all of these goodies in the box. So if you haven't pre-ordered, there's still time to order it. We're actually going to have this available until August 25th. So you have a month, you have a whole month to order this box, and you'll get all of these products. Once these products are added to our regular range in September, and this is when our design team is going to provide you with all kinds of different ideas, post their samples, then all of these products will be sold in our store at the regular price. There will be no discounts. So for now it's 30% off, and you get it all together in one box. It's a special pricing until August 25th, and you can get it if you go on lalalandcrafts.com and just click on summer box, and you can get it from there. So that's the stencil. One more thing is that in the box, and this is what I've been kind of hinting, saying something completely new that we have not done before. And this is paper pack. So starting with this box, we are going to introduce the paper packs. And if you look at this one, it says sampler. So this pack has 12 papers in here, one of each of 12 different designs. Well, they're double-sided, so actually you still get 24 designs, but you'll get one of each in the sampler pack. Once we release it in our regular range, it will be regular, like you get 24 pages, you'll get 2 of each. But for now, this is not available on our website, so this is only in the box, and this is the pack that you're gonna get in your box. And I want to show you the designs. First of all, the papers are on the thicker side, so it's a 80-pound cardstock that we have it printed on, and they're not glossy, but they have a little bit of the sheen to them. And these are the designs. I'll show you one side first and then the second side. And I can just maybe grab one of the birds to show you how cool everything looks on these papers. Isn't this adorable? I'm just in love. So let me go through all of the designs. This paper design is called Endless Summer. And again, this is your sampler pack, one of each. You'll get one of each of these papers. Aren't these cool? Little hearts with the design inside of them. Then, of course, we have the dots. then kind of flourishes design. This is really cool one. I love this one too. It's just so fun. Really, really cool. I mean, I'm gonna say I love this one probably about every paper in this pack, because I really do love each of them. This one would be really cool to do like for the engagement or things like that, and goes with Marcy for those who might have a wedding at the beach or in Hawaii in some tropical location. And then of course hibiscus here again for summer. So that's 12. And then I can grab this. Let me show you the other side. So the other side comes with the same color scheme, but it's more geometrical, more abstract prints. And of course you can mix and match from the designs in the front to layer it. Kind of scribbles and fun dots. These are like offset squares there. These are so much fun. And they have so many colors that you can use in your projects. Some of them might look similar, but they're all different designs. I'm really happy with this paper pack. So once we introduce this one into our regular range, there will be actually 2 more paper packs in different designs. How fun is this? So this is what you're gonna get in your box. For those of you who pre-ordered, we're also going to include a few other things just for fun for you to use in your projects, and that will be as our thank you for you for pre-ordering. So everybody might get a little bit of the different things, but you'll get a few other stuff in your box, a few other things I guess. Okay, so now let me show you things that I have pulled here. So with the papers, I just wanted to show you really quick. I have some things here. So these papers, as I said, they have a lot of different colors. So this might look black on your screen, but this is actually like dark navy blue. So you can layer them. Just want to show you how they would look layered. So you can layer, and it really picks up whatever color you put on the back of it, really picks up the design. So you can use many different colors. Oops, that's the paper. So you see I put turquoise, it picks up turquoise here. If I use pink, my pink is a little brighter, but still you can see how it picks up the color from there. So these are really fun papers, and I can't wait to see what you all do with it. Of course, with all of this, with the background stamp, I want to show you how it stamps. You can see design here, but I can show you how it stamps. So I have one pulled out already, and you've seen me do this already probably, but I just want to show for those of you who might be getting this as a first box. So what I usually do, I would cut my plastic. So your stamp will come with this plastic for storage. So I would cut my plastic here, and then put my little stamps, my sentiments, back on this. And then when I put it in my packaging, I can put both of them together. And if I'm using just the sentiment, if I just need the sentiment, I can pull this little piece, get the sentiment off and stamp it. If I'm using background stamp, or if I'm taking it somewhere, I can leave the other things in my package so they're not lost. I was having problem with that before, and this was a very helpful tip from, I don't remember who, sorry I can't give the credit, but I know from our design team, but I don't remember who exactly. And then the way I used my background stamps, I keep them on that plastic and I simply leave it on my table. And I don't want to be too loud because I know you're all listening, but I'll tap the ink into my stamp. I don't want to rub it like this because what happens, the ink catches on some of the areas and then you get more ink on some places and less on others, and it also might ruin your ink pad. So then I would cover it with the paper I'm stamping on, and then I would cover it with the scrap piece of paper, and then I simply rub into it. Then when you remove it, you get a really nice impression for the background, and you can put your chair here, you can simply add the sentiment, you can use the images, of course. Isn't this adorable? So pretty. So background stamp gives you even more ideas. So you get your paper pack, but then you have your background stamp to create even more designs. Now for what I want to show you for the dies. So these are the leaves die that I die cut from white cardstock, and I want to show you, if I can grab this, I want to show you how to stamp color over it if that's what you decide to do. So I have my leaves on the blocks already somewhere right here. So if I ink it, because the stamp is clear, I can see where my die cut is, and you can stamp the color over it. So is that pretty? So of course you can die cut from paper, but ink kind of gives more of the variety. It looks a little more natural, I think. I'm trying to line this up, but because I have the camera right above it, oh, I did a pretty good job, if I can say so myself. So as you can see, you can use the stamps to stamp your die cuts, but I would say die cut first and then stamp, because if you stamp it, the die is larger and it will be really hard to die cut it. So I would say do that first. Then the other thing I want to show you, that with the stamps, and these are the stamps, if you're just now joining in, from Birds of a Feather stamp set. So these are the two stamps right here. You can also create your own backgrounds with the inks, and you can mix and match your designs. So you can use both of the leaves and stamp one and then stamp another one randomly, or in the pattern if you prefer. What you can also do, you can of course mix and match the colors. So this gives you yet another way to use your stamps. So you can go and create however many leaves you want to put on there. See how pretty that is? So this is another thing you can do with the stamps. What I did on this one, and I really love this effect, I stamped once and then I kept on stamping without re-inking it. And for this I'm using oxide ink. So the ink is very chalky and it has a lot of ink on the stamp even if you stamp it. So you can continue with the same stamp without re-inking it, and it will give you what's called second generation and third generation, or however many times you want to stamp. It will give you this variety of the colors and you can keep on going and fill it in however you prefer. You can even overlap them because this is now lighter, so it will create a different idea and different layering kind of effect. So this is the other thing you can do. So for those of you who like simple cards, this is just a really pretty way to do it, and you can just add the sentiment, and that's really cool. Now for the other die, I have a die cut here. So of course you can just die cut it from whatever color you're using on your project. So this is our Tiki bar island. So this is how it die cuts. It has a lot of pretty details. So it has the wood here and the tiki hut roof like that. So it's really pretty. But what I was going to do, and I didn't get a chance to do it before I started the video, so I wanted to do it right now with you. So I die cut one from brown cardstock, and I die cut from green and yellow. So I want to try to cut out my tiki hut. So on this layer I'm just keeping my grass, so I'm going to cut into the palm here, and that I would glue. Of course I didn't even bring the glue. This is okay, that was very smart of me. But you'll be able to see it. So we have the grass on here, and then I'm going to cut out the tiki hut, and I'm actually going to leave a little bit of the space in the bottom right there, and I can tuck it under the grass like this. And then from the same green one, I'm going to cut off just the palm tree leaves. And you can put those on. So it's all nested on my brown cardstock. I don't have it glued, so I'm just gonna show you like this. Isn't it cool? That's really, I like this. I like different colors. Of course you can die cut from neutral or white cardstock, and you can color with your Copic markers. A lot of our design team members do that, and it looks really cool because you can do the shading, you can really bring it to life. Or you can die cut it from darker brown or from black cardstock for kind of a shadow or shade, or what do you call it, the shadow, I guess, on effect on your cards and things like that. So this is an idea for using this. Now let me show you the stencil, because it's really cool one this time. So for the sun stencil, I wanted to show you how it looks like. I'm just going to grab my fossilized umber distress oxide. You can use distress inks, regular inks as well. You can use different inks, you can use pastes, you can use whatever you're using with your stencils. So the first one, I'm just going to go kind of create a large circle here. So I went on the inside, and then I'm just kind of bringing it out, and look how pretty that looks. I really love those the variety of the sun rays. So that's really cool, and you can put your images here. The penguin. Isn't that adorable? It's just so pretty. It's so easy. All of these products can be used in so many different ways, but this is just adorable and easy. And you can make a quick card, or you can spend more time and make more embellished or more layers or more design elements on your card. So on this one, I'm concentrating on the center and just kind of bringing the ink out And again, you can make it in different colors, so you can use orange in the center, which I don't have handy. So this is the full sun. Pretty. Of course, you can use it just on the side, so you can move it. You can move it around, so it doesn't have to be in the center. So this one here. It just, I mean, seriously, this is like the easiest thing ever, but it's every time you're gonna get really cool effect. For those of you who are kind of new-ish to our products, I want to show you one other thing that I do with my stencils, and some of you probably seen it already, but a little refreshment, or a little refresher, I guess. Refreshment is what the little penguins are holding and the birds. So I like to use my stencil ink side up in my die cutting machine with the rubber mat to emboss it. And if you haven't seen this before, I do have other videos showing it, the layers, but basically I'm putting my paper on the rubber mat and covering it with my stencil and then running through my die cutting machine. And I usually go twice, just one way and then come back the other way. And when I pull it, this is really light, came out light because of the yellow ink. But look at this, so you can see the embossed areas stayed white because I start with my white cardstock, but then the ink came through on the areas from the plastic from the stencil, and this is really cool design as well. Just wanted to mention one more thing. You probably noticed that our stencils are white now instead of gray as they used to be, and they come with the different packaging, the shorter packaging. This is because we had to switch the manufacturer, but they're still the same thickness, just they're white color. Okay, so let me show you the other stencil with the sun, I'm sorry, with the waves and the clouds. So for the clouds, I usually start my clouds from the top, and then I layer it down. So I would start one way, and you can position the stencil however you prefer. And then I start on the stencil, and then I just go out a little bit. And then you can bring the stencil down and position it differently, and you can move your stencil so it's not matchy there, unless that's how you like it. And then you would go again. So I'm pretty much just going on the stencil, and that would give you your clouds. Pretty cool. And then for I just want to show you how the waves look like. Be different color ink. And this one has the top kind of the ocean of the waves. Is this cool? And then of course you can start with the sun. So like on here I have the sun already there. You can add a little bit of the clouds. So I'm just going closer to my sun rays, but not going over too much. Is that nice? And then you can do your waves here. So that gives you another really cool effect. Now on the stencil, let me put something behind it so you can see. So some of these shapes look like the birds flying. So the ones that are going on the top of the wave, put white cardstock behind. So the ones that go on the top of the wave, if you turn them around, they look like birds flying. Or this one is the larger one right here. So what you can do, I don't have the small enough brush, but if you have a little brush, you can also put one of these birds flying there. So that's another idea that I wanted to tell you. Okay, so then of course you can add your little critters. Is this cool? This is so cute. So now let me do a little coloring, and I have some images here. And let's start with the penguin. So I wanted to show you how I color black. I'm using, most of the time when I color black, instead of C or W or N gray colors, I use BV colors. And I start with BV 31, and then I have 23, 25, and 29 is my darkest. And I always start with my lightest color, but I don't color it completely. I just put where the shadow, first I do the base layer, but where the shadows are. So on this little penguin, I'm gonna give, on the white areas, I'm gonna give a little bit of the shadow. So I'm gonna go under his chin here and just add a little color there. And I'm also gonna give him a little belly buttons because he is nice and chubby and cute, and I think it gives a little bit more cuteness to him. And then I'll go and get his cheeks, just a little shadow or shade on the outside, and a little bit under his eyes there, just for more dimension. And then I'll start on the where the black areas are. So in here, I'm kind of flickering out, and you can see I'm leaving some of the white areas because I don't want to close in and lose my contrast. So I'm just going to do it like this. And I'll lift it in a second. I'll show you closer what it is. So this is my first layer right there. Pretty easy, right? So the next one is my BV23. And on the white areas, I'll add just a tiny bit of it for a little more contrast. So these are my white areas. And I'm trying to stay really close to the line. And I'll add a couple of like little dots there. And the same with his cheeks. I just refilled my markers, so it might look a little bit darker than on my original coloring here. And then again, on the center, I'm gonna go into my black area, so I'll flick this out and add a little bit color on the other areas. And you can see I'm kind of going over what I already colored with my lighter color, but maybe a little bit less, just keeping it light. Now I'm gonna go with my first color, and this is just for my white areas, and I'm going to just blend that in a little bit. So I'm basically going over just a tiny bit and bringing it out a little more. And I like adding little dots, just kind of for texture, for more interest, like this. Yes, I use BV to color black hair as well. So on Marcy, on my little Marcy here, this is what I used. And I also, with this, if you can see the blue highlight, so after I colored, I went with B00, and I added blue highlights into it. But those are exactly the same colors that I'm using, BV colors that I listed, or that I mentioned. Then I'll go with my, so I'm finished coloring my white area, so I'm gonna keep on working on my black area. BV25 is my next color. Again, just flickering here and keeping on adding, building up. We're pretty much building up the color. Darker here. Now at this point I'm going to blend it. So I'm going to go back with my BV23. I'm leaving my darkest color until the very end because BV29 is actually really dark. And I just add it at the end and then I see if I want to blend it. Then with my BV31, and these colors blend really well together, as you can probably notice. So just keep on blending this. So as you can see, I still have my dark areas, but those areas that I left white, now I'm filling them in with color, and it just keeps them light but not too light, if that's the thing. So now is my BV29, and with this I can add more contrast. So I can go here, and don't overdo it because you can always go darker, but you can't make it lighter. You can lose your contrast. So once I edit my really dark ones in, I can go back and blend if I feel like it needs, but I'm not going to use BV25. I'm not going to use the next one down because it will keep it really dark still. Will make it really dark. So I'm going to go with my medium color with BV23 and just blend this in a little. And then back with my first color. So he's really cute. So that's how I color the black areas. Then I would add, I don't remember exactly what colors I used on him, but I don't think it matters that much. On his little beak. And again, I leave some areas uncolored. So you can see on his little beak, I left uncolored for highlight. And this you can color. These are little areas, so you can color pretty fast. So that doesn't take much. Kind of blend this in, and I'm pretty sure these are not the colors that I originally used, but this is the ones I used right now: Y17, YR18, and YR68, if you would like to take a note. And then for the ice cream cone, you can add little brown colors, and again, these are smaller areas, and these are just, you know, kind of cartoonish and fun, so you don't have to do much blending in it. What I like using my white gel pen. So once I put just a little bit of brown on there, I can go with white gel pen and add diagonal design, and that creates the ice cream cone. Is it cute? So this is how I color my black, and this is how I add the color. You can also, with white gel pen, you can go in and add some highlights to his little beak, to his feet. If you want to add, I didn't do it, but if you want to add some highlight on his body as well to make him a little shiny, you can do that too. White gel pen is really my good friend. I'm going to also, I think, color the bird. So for this bird, for cockatoo, I think that's how you pronounce it. I wanted to keep him white. That's how I Googled, as I said, I Googled the images for the color reference, and I found the one that is white, and then it had yellow on this fun feathers on the top. So for white, again, I'm using my BV colors. I'm using two of the lighter ones, BV31 and BV23. And I'm going to just add the shadows. So I'm pretty much just really softly, this is almost like watercoloring, really softly gonna go in and pull some parts of his body, like legs a little out there, so to create more of the 3D effect. And then I'll just go and add some shadowing on his feathers, a little more here. I'm not gonna color the whole image, I just want to give you idea on how to color him. Then with my darker one, I'm going to add a little more, and I'm trying to stay really light, so I'm mostly going kind of dabbing into it just to create darker areas, because I want to keep him nice and white, but at the same time we're adding more of the deeper shades, shadows, so you can see how this creates a lot of contrast. And then I would go back with my BB31 and kind of dab into it. As I said, it's almost like watercolor effect, so kind of dab into it to blend those colors and bring them out. And the same on his little feathers here. So you can see he's still a white color bird, but now he has the shadows. What I liked on this one as well, I kind of wanted to brighten it up a little bit. So I used my B00 and I added just a tiny bit of that. And I think it kind of brightened it up for me. So he's one crazy bird. So that's the white there. And then what I did, I used again my white gel pen, my little friend white gel pen, and on the feathers I added a little bit of the white here, and then you can add more highlights where you feel it looks better. Cool. So on his feathers, on his top feathers, I also used white gel pen after I colored him. So that's that. On this little penguin, I used the white gel pen on his head, and I added crisscross there. On the balloon, I added a little bit of the white gel pen. So these are kind of fun things that I do with my coloring. On this little guy here, on his floaty, after I colored it, after I did all of my shading, I added the white gel pen here too, and it really creates a cool highlight there. What else? On my little Marcy, I want to show you how I colored her skirt. I really like how it turned out. It looks kind of silky and it has a lot of highlights, but it's really easy to do. If you have a minute to stick around, I'll show you how I did that. So for Marcy's skirt, first of all, when I do the folds like this, I have my image upside down. So it's easier for me to flick in. And I'll create my folds first. So you can see I'm just kind of flicking. And then I can turn it back and I can add the shadows on the sides. And under right here. And then you can go into your darker colors. And again, I will just stay in the same, kind of in the same areas, but darken them. And I'm pretty much building the color. So then I can go with my lighter colors. And add a little more on the sides. Just building up my shadows and my folds. and I'm pretty sure that I used R30 and I didn't grab it. So it looks a little different, but this is the technique that I used. So on this Marcy here, I used R30, R32, and R43, and I didn't grab my R30. That's why I can't get that lighter effect right now, but this is the technique that I used. I think this is all that I wanted to show you. So once again, thank you so much for pre-ordering. For those of you who pre-ordered it ahead of time, if you didn't order it yet, you can still order. It's on our website at lalalandcrafts.com, and you can get all of these goodies. They're valued at $130 retail price if you would buy them individually, and you can get them with the special price, and with the box will come in this amazing box that you can store them in or store other things in. And the special introductory price is $99.99, so you're getting over 30% savings here. And again, you can get it at lalalandcrafts.com. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your orders. We appreciate that, you know it. Until next time, bye.